we're thinking about the touch and go Olympic lifts, whether that's a touch and go power snatch or clean, we're going to use the snatch for the most part here. When we're thinking about this, as a coach, we want to be focusing on one primary thing, which is the bar path. Bar path means that that barbell is staying close, and it's also going to force the athlete to remain balanced with that barbell kind of over the middle of the foot. How do we get athletes to do that? I'm going to have Kyle stand up his barbell first, and he's just going to demonstrate that he can keep the bar close by performing a couple of high pulls. So if he just bends his knees into that power position that we're familiar with, he's just going to extend, pull, keeping his elbows high into the outside. Just like so. Give me one more. Elbows high into the outside. Great, you can relax. So athletes oftentimes will pop that bar straight out in front of them. That's kind of that long bar path that we don't want to see. We want that bar to stay close. Probably the more common issue is when we start to go down to the floor when we're cycling those reps, right? So what I'm going to have Kyle do is once he does that high pull, he's just going to bring that bar back down to about mid-shin, but he's going to hover that bar 2 or 3 inches off the floor. We call this the hovering touch and go drill. So for either of the Olympic lifts, this works really well. Kyle will stand the bar up. He's going to hit that high pull. Go ahead and do that high pull, and then he's going to lower himself down until he's got that bar just a couple inches off the ground. And what pausing here does is forces him to feel the weight kind of in the middle of his feet, make sure his hips drop into the appropriate position so that he could snatch. Focusing on keeping that bar close, he's going to bring that bar down and hover. Boom. So by forcing the athlete to pause with that bar an inch or two off the ground, they really can't be off balance. If they're too far forward and they're trying to freeze, it'll be obvious that they're falling forward. Same thing if they're going backward. We can apply the same technique to the clean. So if Kyle just brings his grip in, stand that bar up, let's get a clean high pull. Same thing, elbows high into the outside, and then he brings that bar back down. Bar's a couple inches off the ground. Last thing we want to talk about is whether the barbell is heavy or light. So if the barbell is heavier and we want to perform touch and go reps, Kyle's going to want to reset his feet every time. So he's going to start with his feet in his jumping position, just like he would any other Olympic lift. He goes ahead and snatches that bar. It's really heavy for him, so he's going to bring his feet back together now and then bring the bar down so that he can, on that subsequent touch and go rep, give us another touch and go, so that he can get the most power out of the lift by bringing those feet back together, brings the bar down, and then he's ready to explode and shuffle the feet again. If the barbell is a lot lighter, let's say in a conditioning workout where you're doing sets of 10, 15, maybe even 20, Kyle might benefit from just keeping his feet a little bit wider the entire time. That way he's not shuffling his feet back and forth. So he's just going to apply the exact same mechanics, keeps that bar really nice and close, but you'll notice his feet aren't moving a ton left or right between reps. Good, and you can relax. Okay? So when we're working on the touch and go Olympic lifts, we want athletes to be balanced over the course of the entire rep, up and down. We do that by making sure the barbell stays close, and we can use that hovering touch and go drill to make sure that athletes are returning to the correct position with balance intact. If you like this video, hit that like button. We'll see you in the next one.